Good morning or midday or whatever. It is January the 1st. I cannot believe it. I'm not ready. I am not ready. So, today's video is gonna be a little bit different because, the rules, I have to shower at night so that it will aid me in writing in the morning. In the sprint channel in the Discord, that rule kind of doesn't apply today, I decided, because I would have had to shower last night, which was New Year's Eve, and to be honest, I had kind of a crazy day. I was at the hospital. Don't be worried. My mom, she had an accident a few days ago, and yesterday morning she felt kind of weird, so we did go, had her checked out, and so we spent 6 hours or something like that. By the end of it, I was very tired and exhausted and everything, so I ate dinner, and I had a migraine. I was out at 10 p.m. and that was that. That was my New Year's Eve, and yeah, I didn't shower last night. I think it's fine because I'm going to shower today at night. That's the challenge that I have, and so today is the first day, and so today is the first day that I shower at night. Yeah, I thought I would do it maybe a few days before, to prepare, but I could not bring myself to do it. So I hope, fingers crossed, that I will do it today and be the strong woman that I know that I can be, Okay, so that's the thing. Did I shower last night? I didn't. Did I write today in the morning with the sprint crew? Also no, because I didn't check, but I don't think anyone was in there. Anyway, I am not counting it as rules broken for today though, okay? But tomorrow we're going to be strict. I participated in a Secret Santa thing, which was, it's the best thing ever. It was just awesome. And I wrote a short story for Mateo, as in Mateo Leon Rodriguez, who is also here on AuthorTube. I'll link his channel below. Yeah, it was gorgeous. So I wrote a short story for him, which for a long time I wasn't sure what I was gonna do for him. It didn't have to be a story. A lot of us did write a story, but it didn't have to be. And I was hemming and humming until very late before the deadline about what I would do. I wasn't sure if I could write a short story, but I did. Somehow I finished the story. It had an end. It had an arc. It had all the things that a story needs, I believe. Yeah, but even after I gave it to him, there are a bunch of tweaks. I've read it over many a time, and there are still things that weren't maybe so clear, or the sentence didn't quite work, and so I've been tweaking stuff like that today also. And the other thing is, next time I think I'll set my phone somewhere, because this is awkward. But yeah, the other thing is that I'm gonna pick a prompt. Hopefully it's a quick one, because I don't really have a lot of time today. Picking one. Here we go. As you can see, it is a regular paper with regular text on it. Anyway, what is the theme of this story? In my words, what would it sound like in the words of different characters? Oh, okay, maybe I can actually do that on camera without writing it down. Okay, so, and this applies to, because this week I'm going to work on my project Sunken Timepiece, which is mermaids and pirates and time travel. Okay, what is the theme? Let me because I've been in the short story this whole time, so let me try and switch. What was that story about? I know it has a theme. In my words, you know how in time travel stories, the rule is always do not change history, because you don't know, like, the butterfly effect, how it is all going to, like, develop. Well, in my story, really the mission is to change history, because so many things in history are not great, aren't right, aren't just, and have, to this day and into the future, really heavy and terrible, what do you call it, like long-term effects, right? Changing history doesn't come without sacrifice either, and without unintended consequences. And like in my case, in the story, like my main character Marta, Mata, who falls through into the past but comes from like our time, like she knows throughout the story, she'll understand that changing history would mean that her family doesn't exist anymore, and that she doesn't exist anymore, and that the culture that she sort of grew up with as well, from like one side of her story, of her family, which like she is part Costa Rican, and I think she might also be a little bit of Colombian, like on her father's side, something like that, even though she grows up in Germany. I know, ask me why I chose those. Anyway, Latin American culture, big parts of those cultures are like a mix, a mix of the cultures that were there before, the cultures that were brought with colonialism, and like the conflicts that come of it, and the slave trade. And there's really no way of like separating the strands in any clean way, if that makes sense. So that is also like a loss, because there is a lot of beauty in it, but it also comes from like bloodshed and erasure and genocide and all of that. Getting kind of heavy. I wanted to explore all of that. Even today, with a lot of issues, people are like, they want to preserve the way that they're used to things being. But sometimes, like a lot of times, you have to change, like truly change things. So yeah, that is. I don't know if it's like a word or something. I think it's about choices and sacrifice, like choosing the broader good, maybe, or like understanding your role in a broader story, kind of. I don't know, something like that. Honestly, it's also about like a sisterhood and discovering yourself, because it is also about Marta. So she like lands within a mermaid kingdom, or queendom rather, and they have like a completely different culture. Like everything about how they live their lives is different, and so it challenges also like Marta's perception of what is the norm, and like what she can be and what she can do, and it like broadens that. So that is a difficult question, like what is a theme in my words, because I had imagined that it would be like 3 words, and now I've been talking a lot. I don't know, maybe it's like about imagining change, and like really committing, imagining and enacting change, maybe something like that. Okay, and now what would it sound like in the words of different characters? So I made up this prompt, and I'm not sure if it works. So Marta, what would she say? For her, it's about growing up, I think, because she, like, it's a YA story, and it started out with her being 15. I've aged her up since then, but like she is like stepping into the bigger adult world, and how I think a lot of teenagers, they feel like the world is so big, and I mean, I feel that way too. Let's be honest, it's so big and it's so messed up, and like it's a weight of responsibility that you like start to feel at that age, I think, and also this like hunger to change things. I'm not being succinct at all, but I think for her I think it's also anger. So something like the world like has it coming, or oh geez, this is difficult. Let's just say I think it is for her, it's like stepping into the mess that was left behind for her and like her generation and stuff, like cleaning up the mess that was left behind, which also works in the sense of that it's like an historical, like in a broader sense, like generations and generations and generations have been leaving mess behind for us to clean up, you know? So yeah, you can, again, like downstairs in the description, I have the link to the prompts, which I'm going to pick one every day. I would love to hear, I know like the prompt says from different characters, and I would have done more characters than just one, but I think I want to keep this video short. If I have any more answers, I could put it in comments down below, but I also would love to hear from you. For one, if you're participating in this challenge and you know what the one thing is that is going to help you be more on track with your writing routine, like anything that helps you to make it easier for you to be on track with your routine, do you know what that is? And have you done it today? And if you want to do the prompt as well, I'm going to put it in like the pinned comment down below. I would love to hear what like the theme is of your story and what you think the perspective of one of your characters is on it, or several characters. Yeah, I'm going to leave it here, and we'll see each other tomorrow. And I promise hereby with a solemn vow that I will shower tonight, because tomorrow morning I want to write bright and early. So yeah, that's that. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow, and I hope your routine is going to go well. It's the new year, guys. Unbelievable.